first draft video on SvM TV. If you like these videos, we might make some more of them. But let's get into this. This is a Tempest block draft, one of these nostalgia drafts on Magic Online. We see a 4-4 for 4 mana with some drawback and a couple of other cards I haven't seen. Ooh, Dark Banishing. This is a card I have been playing with in other sets, and it's a solid removal spell. I wonder if it's better than 4-4 for 4 mana. It's actually quite interesting. I feel like the 4-4 might be worse than it seems, but if your opponent doesn't have any creatures, you're winning anyway. Let's see. I think I'm tempted to take this 4-4. Kestrix. It's a rabbit. Yeah. Let's just go with this Dark Banishing. I feel like a solid removal spell to start things off is definitely what we want to be. So what do we see here? Counterspell, Mog Fanatic, some tapped guy. A couple of what is this? Becomes target. Okay, so I can draw a card with this. Not sure if that's good. Hit Imp, not that impressive. A shadow creature, however, I had some luck with shadow decks. I feel like this is a solid card. It's a 2/2 attacking every turn. It's like a 2/2 evasive guy. 2 mana, that's pretty solid. This is some kind of brainstorm. For 3 mana, that's sorcery speed. Some big creature with drawback. Pump creature. I could take the counterspell here. However, I feel like black and white is a good color combination. It's sometimes you get too many like double mana color symbols in the casting costs, but that doesn't mean picking counterspell there would be right. Here I got to read some of these cards. I've never played with them before. However, Dark Ritual I have played with that one. A 2/2 for 4 that destroys enchantments. Well, this is a card that I really like. A 3/4 for 5 that you gain life with. It feels just like I don't want to take Dark Ritual or anything. Not this early. Not even in black for certain. This feels like the Thrag Tusk of these days. A 3/4 for 5. You gain some life. No beast token, but like it's a solid body, and a 3/4 is pretty giant in this format. Some other cards I haven't seen here. Alright, so another one. This like Enfeeblement is a pretty strong black signal, I would say. I could take another white creature and go for like a dedicated shadow deck, but it feels like I have to pick Enfeeblement here because it's a huge signal. And a evasive guy, another shadow creature, this time in black. What does this card do? Okay, so it feels like the Slayer here is the pick. A 2/2 for 2 evasive is always good. Ooh, another one. Not sure what to pick here. This is obviously good. Wonder why it's still in the pack. We also have. This must be okay. Like it's double white again, and like double black and double whites in the same deck doesn't work out that often. I feel like a black card here is definitely. It feels like it's a good card, a signal, and it's an evasive creature, so hopefully that can hold off the ground and the air while I attack with my shadowy creatures. I'm not sure like how good of a evasive ability that shadow is. but I'm sure. Like I have won a few drafts with shadow decks, but I've also been like overrun by big green decks, like who runs 4/4s and 5/5s on turn 4 and 5, and you cannot deal with them because you cannot block them or even jump them. So you gotta have some walls or big creatures or regenerating creatures to hold them off, basically. This is just an absurd creature. Like, these cards are good, but doesn't even come close. This one? Wow. This is a card I like the design of it. And yeah, a 2/2 for 3 mana with the protection first strike. Welcome. But again, now we end up with double white, double black, double black. Something I don't really like. So we have some choices. Not sure. I think I'll go with this one. No. Shadow creatures. Like, I think we are ending up in some kind of shadow. I wonder why this. Yeah, black seems really open actually. Oh, this came around. I guess it's too risky to play. Oh, I love these buybacks, buyback mechanics. One of my first formats I played was commons only, and playing buyback spells just made me fall in love with cards as Capsize and such. I also played with Evinscar's Justice and yes, all these cards. But Capsize must be one of my favorite cards of all times. This wield, not that impressive still. Oh, Ritual. Let's grab this one. Feels like Ritual can actually pump out some really explosive starts. Imagine if we like turn 1 Ritual, drop I don't know, a 1-drop and a shadow creature. That must be annoying. It's kind of like when you play Innistrad Limited, which I did a few days ago, and you play Delver and blind flip it turn 1 and just it's your road to victory. Okay, so picking up the spoils of the draft here. Alright, hiding this card. And it feels pretty good after first pack. And we're definitely in black and white. I'm not sure how white we are, but I feel like I definitely want to play the 2/2 first strike protection knight, and some of our shadow creatures are white as well. And yeah, let's see what. This is a card I really hope it would be good. Creatures. This is such a lovely creature. Unfortunately, I'm not confident enough to go into red-black. Brush with Death. Definitely. This is tempting, but it feels like it doesn't suit with our strategy. We are pretty aggressive, and this is a defensive card. And yeah, we could take either of these. Like a smite is always a smite, but it's a good way to fend off the big green creatures. And these, I hope we can get one of these later on. Could take -3. I don't know. Time is running out. I'll pick a smite. Oh. Well, hello. Some really cool cards. Like, this is a really cool card if you ask me. You can do some very tricky things. If you have something pacified or so, you can exile the good creature and just buff the pacified creature. Feels like this pack seems pretty good. this is a good creature. Red is open, but I'm not moving into red. I feel like I have to read some of these cards. Alright, what do we get here? Oh, removal spell? Evacuation is definitely one of the cards I fear when I play these aggressive decks. You go out with all your creatures and and then you get blown back. Anyway, I think we have picked up some quality removal spells here. Like, there is not an abundance of removal spells in this Tempest block drafts. So here we have another Smite. Little birdie. Not sure. Those birds. 1/1 vigilance is just like, nah. I feel like we don't want another Smite here. Like 2 Smites is enough. And the Smite is a card that I played with before, but underestimated. Only when I got to play with it in Gatecrash, I really understood how good of a card it was, and also how it's supposed to fit into different strategies. Like, this is one of the strategies where you play evasive creatures, such as shadow creatures, and you try to attack through them, and then you need to have some other kind of aggressive creatures, but without shadow, which you can block and smite with. Because you can't play like a lot of walls in this format. There are no abundance of big creatures to hold off the gates with. We have our 3/4 though. Okay, so here we get. I like this card. Like recurring value. There's always some other cards here, like putting this on a shadow creature and being able to return it. It's cute. I don't think it's good enough. Like getting some more toughness isn't gonna cut it. So picking up a buyback spell. So guess this is an okay card. I think I'm not gonna pick this. Doesn't seem. I feel okay picking up that. Okay, so here we have another laboratory rats and smite. Do we want a smite or a rats? Rats are okay. I can always pick the 1/1 flyer if we. It feels like we are pretty low on 2-drops. We only have a few, and we want to be really aggressive actually. Like these are cards we're just gonna play, and here's some. Like 3 creatures only. Yeah, maybe I'll pick this bird up. Wow. Yeah, it's a cute card as well. Not really sure. Okay, so it's not good and limited. Like against Agrolome or something. I guess we can pick up. Yeah, pick up this. Like some cards in this old sets are just way too underpowered. Like I get how they can be good and how you can abuse them, but man. Alright, so here we can either get the awesome black card, or I'm gonna take the nomads here, because not only do I love the card, but also, like, yeah. Also, I really, I know that there is some, in the next, I think it's the next booster, we have some of these cards where if they get targeted by an activated ability or a spell, they get like +0, +X, +2 or +3 depending on what creature, and you can redirect infinite amount of times with the nomad, and there's also other creatures that does the same. so you can get infinite toughness on your creatures, and that's pretty good in a shadow deck. So if you can have a creature that can block everything and still get through with your evasive creatures, that's pretty good. Also, that's one of the first real combo decks I've played, like Diamond Valley and Infinite Life with Nomads and so on. So what do we have? Ooh. I guess this is kind of good in our shadow deck. Seems very good. So we're probably okay. Probably moving into a kind of shadow dedicated deck here. Feels like, yeah. Gonna pick this up. Can't be bad. And alright. This, like being able to use this ability. Whoa. This must be pretty good. There's another shadow creature. Maybe we can wheel that one. I feel to be able to destroy our opponent's shadow creatures will be key. I don't know if there is any ways of gaining shadow, or if there are big creatures who can block shadow creatures. I don't know. 2/2. So here's another shadow creature, I guess. Yeah, it feels like we're just gonna stack up on our shadow creatures again. Double white. Not sure if I like that at all. Hopefully we will not have any mono troubles. Feel like we can actually get some value out of the dark ritual and maybe play. But then again, I guess we have enough black cards to play dark ritual main deck. It's not one of the best cards in limited, but because it doesn't really do anything. But if you can accelerate on turn 1 a couple of creatures, that's insane. Okay, so here we get another shadow creature. I'm like these cards, but I guess if we're going to go with our shadow theme, Carnophage, definitely quite bold move, but because they don't do a lot. But so what do we have here? Okay, so after drafting this format, for like I have only done a couple of drafts, 5 maybe in total, and oh, another Carnophage, and this, another. Wow. I feel like Carnophage is definitely works out better with our Dark Ritual starch. Okay, anyway, so I have done this format a couple of drafts, but I started drafting in Kamigawa, so like this is a couple of years before I began playing Magic. But you can really, like, it's cool to work on the skill to evaluate cards in a vacuum where you only see to and relate to other cards. I'm gonna pick up this here. Maybe can swing a couple of games. Even though we play Shadow, flying is still relevant, I guess. It's sorcery though. That's the worst part. So playing this retro draft is definitely, I feel like it's developing in terms of I'm using my skills to evaluate cards, and that's useful when a limited format is new to you, such as, for example, when the new limited format is coming out for next Pro Tour in February, and I'm probably going to a Team Field event in Barcelona, a Grand Prix. So, like, and that's during the start of the new limited season, and basically having the skills to evaluate cards and getting a grasp of the format as early as possible is definitely an advantage to you, at least early. Then there's a difference when you are going to a Grand Prix or so after have done like 200 of drafts, where you have a very firm understanding for a format. I'm checking here if mono black is possible, but we lack a couple of cards. Anyway, there's a difference between going to a limited GP when you have full understanding and a firm understanding of the format and how you want to be playing it. For example, if you do want to first pick a Drangle Mantle over a green Bomb Rare in Theros or not. And yeah, so I really like these retro drafts, nostalgia drafts on Magic Online. These last couple of picks here hasn't been very interesting. A couple of young cards, and pretty much nothing here. So this will work out in the following way. There will be I think there will be another video where I do the deck building, and you can get to check that out, as this draft is soon finished. Last couple of cards. Alright, so see you guys in a few seconds. Later.